Hello, this is the Tarry Stone. We're at Cookham. It's also known as the Cookham Stone, and it's approximately 6,000 years old. Cookham itself is 4,000 years old, but this stone's been moved several times, as I will explain. Hello, welcome to the video. We're in Cookham. We're in a pub called the Bell and Dragon in Cookham, Berkshire. It's on a ley line, as you would expect, and we're sitting in the lounge bar, which hasn't changed, well, in hundreds of years. The last time I was here was 1982. I used to know the old boss, Fritz Stumar. He was Swiss. He was as old as I am now, so he's probably be 120 now. So anyway, the ley line goes along the high street, east to west. And there is a stone called the Tarry Stone, otherwise known as the Cookham Stone, which we just visited, and you'll see on the video. Was centered on the two lines, one east-west, one north-south, approximately. And so we're enjoying a pint here with my crew, Jason and Darren, who are very able to put this video together.
John, someone called in and said they thought they saw a dragon behind you in the garden on your last video.
Yes. Yes, and you've looked back at you and seen something. Anyway, you've come up with it, and we're going to show you it now. There it is. Oh, I didn't see that. Maybe it's an illusion. I don't know. Oh.
Another one, John. I'm right, you have something else to add to the mysteries of the ley line and earth energies.
Oh, God, there we go. Yes. I think I've said before that the closer you get to any subject, the more you learn, more you also don't know. But I've looked at it, and we have a slide here that explains the science behind ley energy. I think I explained last time round that the ley line takes energy from the earth by menhirs and marked stones and standing stones, drawing from earth energy, which has got nothing to do with ley energy, because it's there, and ley lines have to cross it at these nodal points, and this sheet explains everything. We're going to let that rest so you can read it, and then I'll take any more questions after that.
John, how do experts distinguish coincidence from intentional alignment?
Well, I'm no expert, but I do know that there is a mathematical equation attached to coincidences, and anything that's supposed to be in alignment above 5 as a coincidence is 500 to 1 against being a coincidence. So my ley lines are validated from 6 plus onwards, because 6 points in alignment in exact alignment, prehistoric site, likely to be a deliberate policy, because otherwise it's 500 to 1. And there's hundreds of them, 115 on Dartmoor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my dining room. This is the second part of our video, number 5. It's about the lay centres of Devon. And we're going to talk about Devon and its beauty, and 3 of its lay centres. First of all, there's a map I'd like to show you. We have Cornwall. The boundary is the River Tamar, which almost makes Cornwall an island. The Cornish would rather it that way. The white circles are lay centres. There's 45 in Devon and Cornwall together, 20 in Cornwall, 25 in Devon. The darker areas of the moors, that's probably more. You can see this is Dartmoor. Exmoor up here. That'll be the next video with a bit of luck. So Devon's quite large. It's we thought that Dartmoor was large, with some 368 square miles, but it's only 14% I was quite amazed. It's only 40% of Devon itself, which is 2,598 square miles. I'm having to read that. Which makes it the fourth largest county in England. And what a lovely place it is too. Okay, it's the land of Sir Francis Drake. He's a famous seafarer. He's the first Englishman ever to circumnavigate the world. He lived close to Plymouth, in between Plymouth and Dartmoor. Um, Plymouth is the largest city in Devon, and Drake is famous for playing the game of bowls and not panicking before commanding the fleet which defeated the Spanish Armada. Okay, still with the map, I made a list of the 45. You've seen the 20 last time, and 25 more lay centres. We're going to put that in as a slide because you probably can't read it as it is. One interesting point, and this is my long rule. if you take the ruler from the southwest, is a point that we mentioned before as a lay centre in the last video of St Michael's Mount, down in the furthest southwest point. This is St Michael's ley line. It goes through the hurders on Bodmin Moor, through Brent Tor, which is the furthest westernmost extent of Dartmoor, through another stone circle on Dartmoor, and right up to the top here, which is off the map, of course, we have Glastonbury Tor. And that's only 4 of the maybe 6 points up to that mark on St Michael's Ley. One day I will extend it because I've yet to prove to myself that it's a perfectly straight line, but this one is. This part of it is. Thank you. We're moving on now to the lay centres. This map shows you Wild Tor. Wild Tor is in the northeast of Dartmoor. It's beautiful and wild, and I've got a sketch which we're going to show you a slide of. There's actually 4 validated ley lines going through this tor right at the top, and they meet right at the center of the tor. The first one, coming from the north west, is ley number 2. Then there's ley number 4, which goes east to west, or west to east, and number 13 from the southwest to the northeast. And the north-south, almost perfectly north-south, number 67. And the numbers are as per my manuscript on the ley lines of Dartmoor. What a lovely symmetrical shape. I've never seen such a spiral effect. It's a bit like spokes in a wheel. But that's our first ley centre in Dartmoor. It's a 4+2. The second one is rather unusual. It's a special place, most of them are, of course. It's Lewtrenchard. There's a church at the centre of at least 3 ley lines, 3 validated and 1 other possible. As per normal, there's a nearly almost north to south, perfectly aligned, and there's a slight east to west as well, with a dip towards the west and the south. The church, we're going to show you a slide of that, was part of the estate of Lewtrenchard's estate, and there's a manor house there. We'd like to show you that as well on the slide. History of Lewtrenchard Manor is very interesting. It dates back to 1086 AD, which is 20 years after the Norman Conquest. So it's Norman, and first recorded in the Domesday Book. But it's famous for a particular Reverend Sabine bearing gold, who himself is famous for being the first person to publish 100 books as recorded by the British Museum Library. Now, this guy was something special. I'd like you to check him out. Finally, we're going to get to the third, which is a sad story. Third lay centre, what we've chosen today is Jay's grave. It's on Dartmoor. Now, I'll tell you about why it's sad in a minute, but there's one highly validated and four very nearly validated ley lines going across this crossroad. There's a crossroad, and there's the slide. The slide shows you it's in the middle of nowhere. What's the grave doing in the middle of nowhere? Well, the story is that she committed suicide, which is a great shame. I'm going to show you the slide, but I'll read it to you. Kitty J. It's the last resting place of this unfortunate individual who committed suicide, buried here because the clergy of the church in the day wouldn't allow suicides to be buried on consecrated soil. The story tells us that Kitty, who worked on a farm as a teenage apprentice, found some romance with the farmer's son, and she became pregnant. We've heard this story before, I'm sure. This caused her to leave the farm with a bad reputation. She couldn't take the shame, and in desperation, she hung herself in one of the barns on the farm. They all refused to bury her in the churchyards. So they picked a liminal space, crossroads, in the middle of nowhere. And actually, I think it's a holier place than most, because at least two ley lines cross there. Number 113 and 3 5+s, and there's a 4+1 as well. So it's a rather special place, and I think that they actually did Kitty J a favour not burying her in some old church, probably on a prehistoric mound anyway. So that there you go. There's the 3 lay centres as promised. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will do a 6th video in a month or so's time, which will focus on the lay centres of Somerset and Dorset, and I'm looking forward to that. I know Dorset rather well, and so please do the usual: ring the bell, subscribe, thumbs up. See you soon. Bye.
So, what roles does the landscape itself, tors, ridges, rivers, plane alignment theories?
I didn't understand.
No, do I?